Salut, c'est Géraline. Welcome to Come in Française TV, Live in France, Feel at Home. As you can see, today's special episode, I will be welcoming Dan Rock. Dan has a YouTube channel, which is kind of the mirror of Come in Française TV. This is why I love it so much. It explains the American life to French people in French. He also has a website, Un Américain en France, that I recommend you check. It's very funny because he explains a lot of things about America with his point of view, because he's been living in France for so long. It's really funny. This episode is going to be half a chat, half an interview. It's very informal, and we'll be talking about dating in France. As you will see, Dan and I will be sharing very interesting things about French behaviors, American behaviors, and all these unwritten rules you had probably no idea about. Even if you're not looking for a date in France, I recommend you watch this episode because you will learn a lot about these unwritten rules and behaviors, and also you will understand much better French couples around you. Bonjour Dan, I'm really glad to welcome you on Come in Française TV today. I'm very honored to have you because I'm a big fan of your video on a YouTube channel, which is so impressive. Unfortunately, not everybody knows you yet, so could you please present yourself?
Of course. My name is Dan Rock, and my YouTube channel is Dan Rock, and I am an American that lives in France. I've been here for a couple years now, and in my YouTube videos, I talk about the difference between the French and American cultures, but in French. So it's more of a French public, and I have like a young French crowd that wants to hear all of the cool stuff that happens in the US.
It's like Comme un Américain in a way.
Exactly, comme un Américain.
And I learn a lot because I learn also when I watch your videos more about my culture, because some things you say, I never thought about them.
Yep. It's funny when you're in another country, you see what's happening from a different view, totally different view. So I love talking about that.
And you speak French, so if you the audience, wants to hear an American speaking French, even with wonderful mistakes you make that I love, you can go and listen to his videos.
Anytime.
So today we're going to talk about dating in France, and I knew you were the perfect guy to talk about this.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Oh, come on. I know I took some notes because you made this video on French women.
I did.
Which is very impressive. I took some notes. You said that French women take care of their appearance, take care of their guys, of their boyfriend, and French women didn't flirt. Or maybe you didn't see it.
No, I haven't seen it. French women are not flirty. American women are well, my experience, of course, American women are very flirty. They don't hesitate to, when they see a guy, they go after him. I'm going to go get that guy. French women, if they see a guy they like, they are going to stay in their corner, and they're going to wait for that guy to come and get them.
Yeah. Ignoring him is the strategy.
Exactly. But it's difficult for Americans in France because we don't know what to do.
And did you date French women before?
I have dated French women. I currently have a French girlfriend,
Nice.
and every day is a new adventure. I never know what's going to happen next.
That's cool. So I prepared a few things that we want to talk about together. We talked before the episode. Something that's really weird to me is the concept of dates, because here in France we don't have this very ruly date.
Right.
What did you see here? How do you think it's different from the American system?
Well, in France, yeah, you're right. There's not a date. A man is in the U.S., for example. A guy's gonna try and pick up the girl. Hey, baby, you're looking good. Can I get your digits? And then he's gonna ask her out to dinner, and they're going to do something very private if they want to go on a date together.
Uh-huh.
But in France, it seems like, from my experience, that the first couple of rendezvous are with friends and with other people and in public locations, and it's really just seeing about whether or not you like the way the other person is with their friends.
Yeah, that's very important to us.
Yeah.
And isn't it a way to put less pressure on each other?
That is weird. I know exactly what you feel, because when a guy goes on a date with a girl in a restaurant, one-on-one, never met her before, it's weird because you don't know what to talk about, you don't know how they act or if they're just pretending. And then, yeah, afterwards you think, okay, I had kind of a good time. What do we do now? In France, it's not like that at all.
No.
You go out, you have fun, you say, wow, that person's really great fun in a crowd or with a group. And then you might give them your number and say, hey, what do you say to doing this again sometime? And it's a slower paced evolution, I would say. A
Yeah.
relationship, in the relationship, of course.
And don't you think that sometimes in France, going like being from not a couple to being a couple can be even quicker than in the US? You can go from nothing to something.
It is so quick, it's scary. When I first started dating in France, I didn't realize that, for example, kissing. Kissing, if you're kissing a French girl, that almost means that she wants to be your girlfriend.
Of course.
In America,
No, it can be
American women
different.
will make out with 5 guys in the same night. Okay, maybe not 5.
Yeah, I
might
see
be
what you
10.
mean, but there is no
But
exclusivity.
exactly, kissing is nothing in the US. You have a few drinks, you kiss this person, you kiss that person, and it's nothing.
Oh
But
my
in
God.
France, when you kiss, when a French woman accepts a kiss with you, that is something important. And guys, especially guys that aren't French, don't realize that. So they think, oh, I got to kiss her. Okay, cool. I'll go do this thing somewhere else. In that girl's head, she's thinking, I kissed him. That means he's going to be my boyfriend.
Of course.
Yeah.
And because of this date rule, so when you're in a date, you're not necessarily boyfriend, girlfriend, is it?
No, no.
Okay. So you can date several people at the same time?
In the US, yeah, I would. It seems like in the US, you date a few people to see which one you like the most.
Oh, that's awful to me.
It's weird. I mean, it's weird. I guess I've been in France too long if I'm saying it's weird. But in France, no, you kind of date one person, and if it doesn't work, you date another. Whereas in the US, it's very much exclusive. You know, this is happening right now. So it's a totally different mentality, especially the exclusivability or
Yeah,
something like
okay.
that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like the French girl you talked before. I mean, if you were kissing someone else, like, what? What are you
Yeah,
doing? So if
exactly.
you in the audience, if you're watching and you want to date a French woman or a French man, obviously, don't date several French people at the same time. That's not good.
No, not good at all. You will definitely get burned.
And also I know that French people have this, how do you say that? People say that we have like amants and des maîtresses and like lots of things affair just because the politics have, but we don't. That's not true. We don't have.
No,
And it's
no,
not something well seen. No.
no, of course not. That is a really big stereotype that
Yeah.
a French man will have his wife and his mistress, and his wife won't even care. That is not true at all.
No.
And it's crazy. I don't know where that stereotype came from, but it's definitely true.
From what we see on TV, actually, I think.
Silly TV.
I think the stereotype comes from the fact that it's not that we tolerate having a mistress, but we think that for famous people, privacy is privacy. If the president has a mistress, it's none of my business, and I don't think he's going to influence the way that he governs. Yeah, do you say that?
Yeah.
Govern the
Right,
country.
yeah.
It's just his life. I'm not happy with that, but that's his life. But it doesn't mean we want. I don't want my boyfriend to have a mistress because he's French. So that's no. Um, you said, can we talk a bit more about what challenged you when you were flirting with a French girl? You said it was not that obvious, but to me it's very obvious because I can see French women flirting. It's obvious to me.
Right. I still can't tell. I can't tell. I think that French women are, in the US, an American woman is going to be very obvious. She'll probably even tell you. She'll definitely say like, I think you're hot. What do you think we go out? But in France, a girl is never going to say, oh, t'es trop beau, mais qu'est-ce
Ah
que tu fais dans la
no.
vie? Never, never, ever, ever. So it's different for us to understand what the sign is. What are the signs? I still don't know what the signs are.
Thing is, I think that when you tell someone I want to date you, you're too easy.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
shouldn't be so easy. You should be conquered.
Yeah, taking a French women want a man that takes control. A French woman wants a man that says, this is me. I'm really interested in you. You're really awesome. And qu'est-ce que tu fais plus tard?
Yeah, because if you go and try to win him, it's too easy. So
Of course.
that's not funny. And I don't know if you saw this video that just was like 2 weeks ago on do you know Golden Moustache?
Yeah, I did.
They did this wonderful video. Eleanor Costes did it. It's Sous-titre-moi. it's a date by two French people, and you have the subtitles of what they think compared to what they say, and it's exactly that.
Exactly. And then after that, in France, since nobody says it, nobody ever knows when to make a move. It's always kind of like, okay, I like you, you like me. We're not going to say it. What do we do next? How does it work?
But there's no rule.
Uh, there's no rule. I think for me, well, at least from what I've seen, if a French woman kisses you, or if a French man kisses you, then that means that they are ready to take it to the next level.
Yes.
It's
Mostly.
not like in the US, a kiss doesn't mean anything. A kiss means I'm having fun, let's party, let's kiss, and why not? But in France, a kiss is very serious, and it means that I have just validated my choice and I'm willing to take it to the next level.
Definitely. And it's funny because for you in the United States, la bise is super intimate. For us, it's everyday life.
Right?
But kissing someone on the mouth is super intimate.
Yeah.
So that's just crazy.
Just crazy cultureness.
What else did I think about? Yeah, I was thinking about when you have a date in the United States and when you are trying to date a girl in France, what do you talk about?
Well, in France, like I was saying before, the first couple dates are very open. You're not face to face. You're not drilling people with questions. It's very much, what's your job? What are your hobbies? It
You ask
seems
about the
like,
job?
well, you talk about your job, but never about money in France.
No.
It's not about how much money you make or what you're going to do in the future or what your ambitions are or what kind of person you want to be. It's what do you like to do? What makes you happy? What have you done in the past? What kind of experiences have you enjoyed? It's much more on I don't want to say it's more on a personal level, but it's less about what you have and what you're going to have, and it's more about who you are and what you like to do.
Mm.
Whereas in the US, we always get that question, money, future, kids, family. We answer those questions relatively quickly, whereas in France, you might be dating a girl for a couple of months before you talk about money, kids, and future.
Oh, years.
Yeah, or years. Or years.
Especially kids.
Yeah, right. We can wait on that. We'll just hold that question.
Let's
We got some
forget
time.
this one. Yeah, definitely, and it's something also I want the audience to be really very very careful about that. Don't talk about money in a date, and also for women, mostly families and kids, because it's going to frighten the person in front of you really bad.
Yep, exactly. I did make that mistake once. Right when I got to France, I was like, "Hey, like this girl, let's talk about." I'm just going to talk to her like I would talk to an American girl. So we talked about my job and how much money I was making and what I wanted to do in the future. And she was thrown back. She said, "Oh, we don't. That's weird. It's a weird kind of topic. We don't really talk about that." And I learned that lesson the hard way. But you are totally right. Money is something that doesn't matter nearly as much when you're dating in France as it seems to in the US.
Mm. And do you talk about when do you meet the parents?
Oh gosh, there's no official time. I think the parents are the ones that decide. From
Yeah.
my experience, the French parents say, okay, they'll tell their daughter, you've been dating a new boy, bring him over for dinner tonight.
Okay.
But the couple never says, okay, tonight, we're going to go meet the parents. It's usually the parents that say, it's been long enough, I want to meet him.
They're very curious.
Yes, exactly.
And how is it in the United States then?
In the US, it seems to be more structured, more like, okay, we just made our relationship official. Now it's time to meet the parents.
Okay.
Whereas in France, you could have an official relationship for several months
Yes.
and then, eventually go to lunch with the parents or go to maybe a soccer game or something like that. It's a lot less official, I would say.
Yes, definitely. It's not like a step in the relationship.
No, not nearly as much in the US. It is a step. In France, it's just kind of it's as open as the relationship started. Very
Yes.
very familial, very relaxed setting, and you're not face to face getting drilled with a bunch of questions. There's no pressure.
When are you going to give us grandchildren? No.
No, no. Yeah. Second question. So when are you getting married?
Yeah, money is like, ooh, don't. I was thinking about also inviting the girl. I think in France, you don't, I wouldn't ever like pay for just my half and then my would-be boyfriend pay just for his. We could share, or one of the other could pay, but it wouldn't influence the relationship. It would be nice if he pays, but it wouldn't be such a big deal. But we don't really talk about money. We would just say we share, but not any number.
Right.
What do you think about that? Did you see that?
I totally agree with you. It's since the relationship starts off very open, so I pay for my couple of drinks, she pays for her couple of drinks, we're with our friends. It kind of starts slower, so the guy is not expected to pay for everything. Whereas, like you say, in the US, if the guy doesn't pay for dinner, then there's no reason to date him.
Oh,
Or at least
really?
that's the impression that I've had while I was in the US. The man is expected to pay because that's kind of like an old cultural way to do things. Whereas in France, it's not uncommon at all for the woman to insist on splitting the bill. Now, it won't be, there's not at all, I pay for what I ate and you
No.
pay for what you ate. It's, we'll get the bill, we'll split it right in half, and we'll both pay for half, and then we might go have a drink after, but it's not, there's no money pressure like there is in the US. If a man in America, if I sit down and have dinner with you and we have an awesome evening, and then I say, okay, what do you say we split the bill? That automatically means to the woman that he's not interested.
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of one of those nuances that nobody really understands, because if the man doesn't pay, then there's a problem. Whereas in France, if you split the bill, that doesn't mean anything. That just means that's just how it happened.
And it doesn't necessarily mean you're a cheap person.
No,
It's
not at all.
just okay, and we split the bill. And I talked to several friends because I haven't been dating for a while because I've been with my boyfriend for such a long time. We were talking about the fact that in France, couples are going to meet in neutral territories, which
Yep,
can be, for example, a bar, and then they will decide if they want to go for dinner, but not straight for dinner because it puts too much pressure on both of them. What do you think?
exactly. I couldn't agree more. The first, I'm in your situation. I've had a girlfriend for a couple of years
Yeah.
now, but when I was dating, it was very much that. It was, hi, I've got a couple friends going to this bar. You're going out with your girlfriends. Why don't we meet up and hang out? Or, let's go to a bar and let's have two drinks and then we'll see what happens. It's very much, est-ce que tu veux prendre un verre avec moi?
Ouais.
That is the pickup line, but it's not a pickup line, but that is what you say. Est-ce que tu veux prendre un verre avec moi? And then, yeah, sure. So you go and have one drink, two drinks, and you see what happens. It's not, est-ce que tu veux dîner avec moi? And then we're going to go have
Yeah.
face-to-face dinner that's going to last 3 hours
With
and we're not going to,
candles.
yeah, scandalous.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I think that what you mentioned about the friends is very important. When you're dating someone, well, I remember when my boyfriend met my friends 24 hours after we started being something together. And the
Yep,
friends thing is very important. For example, if we want to date and we have two groups of friends, we can make our friends meet, and
exactly.
it makes it neutral
Yep,
because
exactly.
nothing happened.
Yeah. It's exactly that. Friends, the groups of friends are really important in France. So whenever you start dating someone, the first thing you do is go out with your friends.
Yeah.
And then that person that you're dating is going to be able to see how you are in your element, what kind of person you are when you're with the people that you're most comfortable with, and vice versa. So if I had just started dating a French girl, she will invite me, why don't you come over to my friend's apartment party this evening? So you'll go, because almost all the parties in France are in these apartments. You
Yes,
go
we
to
don't go
their
out.
friend's apartment and you have an apartment party with music and drinks and conversation. And that girl is really wanting to see how you act in another environment. So it's like a test, but it's not an official
Step.
grilling. It's not exactly.
Yeah, that's very important. So if you're an American and you're dating a girl, behave properly with her friends as well,
Of course.
because
Of
that's so
course.
important. Even if you don't speak French very well, just try a few ones like je ne parle pas très bien français, and then switch to English, and that's really good.
Yep. That it works as long as you start off saying je suis désolé, je parle pas très bien français. Then
That's
everybody says, okay, at least he tried a little bit. You speak English slow enough, slow it down just a tad to make sure everyone really understands, and everything will go just fine.
yeah, and Yeah, and so many people speak English now, and dating an American is pretty cute, so they will like it.
It's it's à la mode.
Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't thought about friends. It's good we're talking about this because this is so important. Um, so that's, I think so if you are a French woman, an American girl, or an American guy, don't feel any pressure because of the culture of anything. Remember that you have to be yourself, and harassment is never a cultural thing, first thing, and also that nobody's expecting anything from you if you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's all au naturel.
Yeah, and also every couple is different.
Of course,
So,
everybody's different.
so thanks. Is there anything you think about on this topic that we haven't covered?
You know, if I was going to say one more thing, I would say if you are trying to get your flirt on, if you are trying to talk to someone, don't vous voyez.
Oh no,
Because
they never.
people that are not French, people that are learning French, tend to use vous. Comment allez-vous? Vous allez bien? Qu'est-ce que vous allez faire?
Oh no.
When you're trying to talk to someone in a flirtatious way or to show someone that you're interested, don't use vous. Go
No.
straight into tu, and that way they'll feel much more comfortable and they won't feel like you are keeping your distance.
I never
So
thought
that
about that. That's
that
so
would be
true.
my tip. That would be it right there.
Yeah, keep the vous for very formal situations.
Exactly.
Never with someone your age, or never with someone that you want to flirt with who is not higher in hierarchy or something weird.
Exactly. As long as they're not 50 years older than you, then you should be okay.
Yeah, that's so good. Never use vous, and also always try to start in French, because if you don't speak French very well, it's super cute. So
It is.
keep this cuteness.
Turn that accent on really strong.
Definitely. So thanks, Dan. Dan, go and watch his wonderful YouTube channel. I'll give obviously the link below the video, and I say thanks and have a good day.
Thanks for having me. Till next time.
Bye. Hearing about your stories and you sharing them with the community, because it will be such a good input for everyone. Also, if you like this interview format for Comme une Française and you would like me to interview other people, let me know. I'm sure you have wonderful ideas. I hope you have a very good day, and I will see you next week.